Bay Buccaneers versus Carolina Panthers. I don't know what week this is. So I figured we need to talk about this. We just got a win over the 49ers, stopping a 4-game losing streak. The Panthers just lost against the Seattle Seahawks, continuing a 3-game losing streak. If you're new to this channel, like, subscribe, okay? And welcome to the channel. One of the best Buccaneers YouTuber you could be watching. You learn a lot about the Bucs on this channel. Anyways, let's get into this because I feel like we need to talk about this. First of all, shout out to my man Tampa Bay Bucks 2, or is it Tampa 2 Bucks? One of those. It's one of those. Did a video which I called Video of the Year. Hilarious. And it's not just the video of the year because it's hilarious, but man, he hit some things on point. When it's a video about Deshaun Jackson. Go watch it if you haven't already. Today's Thursday. Cowboys play the Saints. Pretty sure Cowboys are going to lose against the Saints. I don't see a chance. But if they won, if the Cowboys won against the Saints, I would have to root for the Cowboys every week after that, because whoever wins the NFC East has to be winning out. Anyways, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Bucs and the Panthers. Bucs played the Panthers. I don't know what week it was. It was against Ryan Fitzpatrick. They whipped our butts. They whipped our butts. Now, they did a lot of misdirection plays. It really didn't get out. I don't want to say out of hand. It really didn't. The momentum was kind of whatever, but it wasn't until Ryan Fitzpatrick threw those interceptions that really just gave the Panthers momentum to start blowing us out, basically. That game was a bad game. That game. We need to win this game. We need to win this game. Justin Evans and Levante David have been practicing. Huge addition to the defense. Going to help us out. This is going to be huge. Now, I was kind of hoping more Buck fans would be in here right now because there's some stats that I don't exactly remember them. And I was wishing that there was other Buck fans in here so they can tell me what exactly the stats were. There was these stats about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. Since Mark Duffner has taken over as defensive coordinator, We have been second in sacks. I remember that one. We were second in sacks. Now, these are the statistics I don't remember the exact. I remember the exact numbers. I just don't remember what numbers went with what statistics. We were 10th. We were 3rd. And something else. I don't remember the other number. Now, I don't remember what the statistics were. It was, one of them was passing. I think we were like top 10 in passing since Mark Duffner has taken over. And I believe we were 3rd in the league in third downs. Something to that extent. Since Mark Duffner has taken over. We have gotten better, way better as a defense since Mark Duffner has taken over. This definitely is a good thing. Last week, or almost last week, Sunday, when we played the 49ers, I came on here and I said that there was one thing I did like about the defense. We looked like we had a game plan, and we looked like we were executing the game plan. Kyle Shanahan was trying very, very, very hard to confuse us on the field defensively. There was a couple times where we did look like we were like a little confused. Not many, probably maybe twice out of the whole game where we looked like we were confused. Then there was other times where we looked like we was gonna be confused, but we were able to talk it out enough to where we're like, okay, got it, and then we were good to go. I think I seen something on Twitter. It was Rondé Barber that said that it feels and looks like this defense is finally understanding what they're asking them to do. And it definitely seemed like that against the 49ers. Now, it's not because of the coverage. Has nothing to do with the coverage. Covering the weapons has nothing to do with it. It's before the snap and after the snap that shows like, okay, it looks like we're starting to understand what what we have to do. So it's not about, oh, it's the 49ers. They don't have no weapons. That's why. No, it's not about that. It's about Kyle Shanahan motioning this, motioning that, motioning this, motioning that, which I've never seen a team motion that much. The closest I've come to see a team motion that much was Kyle Shanahan with the Falcons. And still, he motioned in this game, the 49ers game, he did it way more than he's ever did it with the Falcons. I've never seen a team motion several wide receivers and tight ends and fullbacks and running backs at different times as much as I've seen in that game, which is why they had a lot of penalties trying to do that stuff. Forgive me, Lord. So them trying to do that and them not being so confused was a big plus. I think a lot of it had to do with we were in man a lot. We were in man a lot, which I told you guys, I think we're a very good man team. We're not like, we're a good man. We're definitely better in man than we are in zone. Jordan Whitehead basically locked down Kettle. Kettle had like 70, if it was somewhere near 70. It wasn't more than 70. It wasn't 80. I know that for dang sure. It was either 70 or lower yards for the game. That's low for Kettle. So Jordan Whitehead basically did the thing when it came to locking down that tight end. He reminds me a lot of Jason Witten. The way he sits on routes, the way he blocks other players out of the way, stuff like that. Good tight end. Jordan Whitehead did a good job on him. We had to have played a lot of man for Jordan Whitehead to be man on him a lot. So we did play a lot of man. I think that makes things easier because it was just like, you guard him, I'm guarding him. Boom. That's it. You know, all these motions, okay, you know, it is what it is. I think that's huge. Hopefully we can continue to do that. Play a lot more man. Number two, like I said, Justin Evans, Levante David is practicing. They should be playing against the Panthers. That's huge. Jordan Whitehead on one side, Justin Evans on the other side. I cannot wait to see that duel. Last time we seen that duel with Justin Evans and Jordan Whitehead, first of all, Jordan Whitehead wasn't on the field as much. He was sharing reps. And number two, Jordan Whitehead didn't seem like he was as confident or comfortable as he is now, as far as in the playbook. Jordan Whitehead now looks like he can be on the field the whole time with Justin Evans on the field the whole time. This is going to be nice to see. That's one. The only bad thing about this game coming up is I don't think Carlton Davis is going to play in this game, our corner. I don't think Carlton Davis is going to play in this game. Giving Ryan Smith the opportunity. We will see what Ryan Smith can do. Ryan Smith has had horrific games, and Ryan Smith has had good games. He hasn't had any great games. He's had good games, and he's had horrific games. Obviously, the horrific games was last year and the year before. The only good games he's actually had has been this year. It was funny because Ryan Smith had to come in, I forgot for who, probably Carlton Davis, and played the game and had one of his best games of the year. We didn't see Ryan Smith after that. He had one of his best games he's ever had since he's been in the league, and that was still when Mike Smith was our defensive coordinator. He had the best game he's ever had, and then we didn't see him again. Why not? I don't know. I have no idea. We started putting other people in front of him. I don't know why. Then, week against San Francisco, once again, Carlton Davis got hurt. We insert Ryan Smith. Once again, Ryan Smith does his job. Couldn't be mad at him. Good. I don't think Carlton Davis is going to be playing this week, so I think we should be putting Ryan Smith in. Let's hope that Ryan Smith takes care of business today. Shouldn't be that hard of a battle with those wide receivers. The only one that should probably give him problems should be DJ Moore. Besides that, nobody should really give him problems. One thing that Justin Evans said, there was two things that I liked that I've been watching these interviews. One by Justin Evans, one by JPP. Justin Evans said, they asked Justin Evans, what do you have to do differently, blah, 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 blah. One of the things that he mentioned that I love that he mentioned, I know that the coaching staff told them this because this is something I could be wrong. Forgive me, Buck fans, if I am wrong about this. Forgive me, Justin Evans, if I am wrong about this. But I don't think that Justin Evans is that type of player where he's very football IQ. So for him to say this, I feel like this had to have come from the coaches. And if the coaches see it, then the coaches see what I'm seeing. He said that we have to learn how to not see too much. Not see too much. Not see more than we have to. That has to do with the misdirection stuff. What is your keys? Who is your man? That is your man. When they're showing you a screen over here, do not leave your man to go get that screen. Don't see more than you have to see. They're trying to get you with the misdirection. That is what the Panthers are going to try to do. once again. Get us with the misdirection. Do not see more than you have to see. What do you have to see? Your man. Focus on your man. That's it. And I think I'm very glad that he said that. I hope that that's what we do. I hope that they remember that. Coaches can coach you up all week. And as soon as you get in the game, all that stuff flies out of your head. So I'm hoping that it stays in our head while we're playing the game. Another thing that was told to me that I really liked was by JPP. He said he watched that game about 11 times. They asked him, is that normal? He said, no. Maybe for a division rival, it might be a little normal, but he don't usually watch games about 11 times. He said he wanted to see he did a lot of things wrong, which he did. JPP, even though he's been our sack leader, has double-digit sacks, JPP has been our biggest, what do you want to call it? Our biggest weakness when it comes to the run, stopping the run. I don't want to say stopping the run because that makes it sound like he can't stop the run. That's not what I'm saying. He's been I want to word this the right way. He's been our biggest casualty. He's been our biggest weakness. He's been our biggest JPP's problem. And I don't even want to say problem because it's not a problem. It's a mindset that honestly, I'll trade off. I'll take it. I will take it. But the reason why the teams have been able to run the ball on us lately has been because of JPP. If JPP thinks it's a run, he's going to stop the run. He can stop the run. So I'm not saying JPP can't stop the run. What I'm saying is JPP puts in his mind like, okay, this is not a run. And they'll do like a bootleg where they don't cover him. And instead of making sure he keeps containment on that running back, he'll pass or go underneath the running back trying to get to the quarterback, and it ends up being a run. And we lose containment because of JPP and big run for them. Or he runs past the blocker moves him out the way, the running back goes right by him. So it's just every time JPP decides I'm going to rush the quarterback, that's what happens. JPP can set the edge. It's when he's completely thinking rush the passer is what happens, is what I'm saying. D1. He can, I've seen him many times. He can set the edge. He's actually one of the better edge setters when it comes to stopping the run. He's one of our best defensive ends at stopping the run on the edge. And this D-line is known for stopping the run. We've never really had a problem stopping the run. And he's one of the best at setting the edge and stopping the run. But it's when he's focused. It's when he's like, okay, this is not a run. This is going to be a pass. And the hike it, he's just going straight for the sack. That's when he looks bad. So that's what I was trying to say, that's why he's our biggest casualty. It's when he's just one-minded, okay, it's not a run, I'm just going to go for the quarterback. And he just doesn't try to set the edge. And he does that a lot. That's the thing. He does that a lot where you could tell he's not even trying to set the edge. He just thinks it's a pass and he's just going after it. So that's where we are having the problem. Anyways, I don't even know why I even got into all that. But long story short, there was a lot of things he was doing wrong. That he was really biting on a lot of the misdirection stuff. He was really biting on it. And that's what he was having to go and watch this game about 11 times is literally what he said. He said not 11 times. I didn't say 11 times. I said about 11 times is what he said. And that's what it was he was saying that he had to find out what he was doing wrong in that game because he's doing a lot of things wrong. So basically what I'm saying is this defense left that game like, what the hell just happened to us? Because that's really how that game went. It was just like, yo, what is going on? What is happening to us? Um, Not only were we so bad in tackling in that game, we were very bad in tackling Christian McCaffrey in that game, which, every team, every once in a while that'll happen. They'll have a game where it was just a bad tackling game. It is what it is. We really don't have games like that, but if we had on that game against Christian McCaffrey, it was terrible tackling. Even matter of fact, even on I think Funches had a play where it was just terrible. It was just a bad tackling day. So not only did we have that day, but they were hitting us with a lot of misdirection stuff where it was just like, yo, what's going on here? Like, it seems like easy plays that we should be stopping, but then something else happens where it's like, oh, they got us. Like, okay, that wasn't an easy play. So basically, everybody on defense realized, like, yo, they were doing something to us. What the hell were they doing to us? It was misdirection crap. The coaches saw it. The players felt it. This should not happen to us this week. This should not happen to us again. This should not happen to us again. Will they get one on us? Of course. I'm more than sure they'll get one or two on us again. But the way they did it, that first game, they literally went if you can remember, I went on a big old rant because they literally went like a whole game with just different misdirection plays. Like, it was ridiculous. They did a whole half of it. Then I think in the third quarter they didn't do it. And then in the fourth quarter, when we started coming back, they needed to score again to stay ahead of us. They went into it again. So we should not be getting caught off guard like that again. That's one. Number two, without Levante, without Justin Evans, our secondary, our second, third string linebackers looked a lot more prepared. And what Mike Shanahan or Kyle Shanahan was trying to confuse us and trying to do to us, and we still looked prepared and what's the word I'm looking for? Mark Duffner had the team prepared, basically. They had the defense prepared. So that's a good sign. I think if they don't get us on that, I think it's an easy win for us. If we can stop, because obviously Jameis Winston is gonna score on this Panthers defense. We're gonna, once again, I've said it many times. I'm gonna say it again. It's gonna be a 20-27 score points for us minimum. You know what I'm saying? We'll score 20 to 27 points minimum. And I think if the Panthers offense cannot confuse the defense, I think that offense stalls out. So the offense doesn't look like nothing if we understand what they're trying to do. And us playing them for the second time, I think, you will not see that offense be scoring like that. You shouldn't. Will they? I don't know. I hope not. But I don't think it'll happen. Another thing, Mike Evans in that game. A lot of people were like, oh, Mike Evans was shut out and blah, blah, blah. I think he had like 50-something yards or something like that. Low for a Mike Evans game. But what they didn't know is Mike Evans did not practice that whole week. And Mike Evans went into that game with a bad knee. It was either a bad knee or a bad ankle, one of the two. Don't remember. But not only was Mike Evans not able to run right, Fitzpatrick was missing him so much on passes that should have been completed. That will not be happening with Jameis Winston. So this game is going to look different than that first week. Even our O-line, I believe Alex Kappa will be starting again. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not even 100% sure why he started last week. Matter of fact, I'm not even 100% sure that he started because I didn't notice him until like the middle of the game, and I don't know if he started or what. So I don't know if he started or Benenoch started, and he got hurt, or they just performance-wise they put Kappa in. I don't know if that happened. I don't know if what's his name? What's the other guard? Dietrich Smith. Why can't I think of his first name? Dietrich Smith. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know if he started because, sometimes Benedict starts, sometimes Dietrich Smith starts. We've been going back and forth. And then during the game, they'd be switching back and forth. So I don't know who started the game. I don't know if Alex Kappa came in during the middle of the game. I don't know if he ended up starting. I don't know. He only played like 12 to 13 snaps. Who only played 12 to 13 snaps? So yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if Alex Kappa is going to start in this game or what. I don't know what we're gonna do with that right guard situation. Now, Kappa had to have played a lot more than 12 to 13 snaps. He played the rest of the game. I noticed Alex Kappa somewhere in the second half, and he played the whole rest of the game. He had to have had more than 12, 13 snaps. Unless they only had 12, 13 snaps for the rest of the second half. But I do know Alex Kappa finished the half, the end of the game. So I don't know. But anyways, I don't know what they're gonna do because, like I said, Alex Kappa, the first couple snaps looked bad, but then he settled in and he played just fine. So I don't know what if they're gonna put Alex Kappa back in and let him start. I don't know what they're gonna do. But that could even look better. I don't know what's going on with DeMar Dotson. I haven't seen the report. I think DeMar Dotson will be playing though. Honestly, all of that doesn't matter. Offensively, nothing matters offensively. We will be what we are offensively. Running the ball, I doubt we'll run the ball as good as we did against the Niners, and we didn't run that ball that good against the Niners. So, once again, it'll be a throwing the ball. Yeah. What was I going to say? There's going to be a throwing of the ball type of offense, of course. But I think definitely we can win this game, man. I'm excited because this is one of these games a lot of people are like, oh, you're not, why are you even thinking about the playoffs? Look, I ain't going to lie. I'm thinking about the playoffs. I'm not going to lie. I'm counting numbers. I'm not going to lie. I'm counting numbers. I'm looking at this team. I'm looking at that team. Like I said, two teams are in the wild card spot. They only got 2 games ahead. They only got 2 wins in front of us. We got 5 games. There's only 2. They only got 2 wins ahead of us. I'm counting. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not. Do I think it's possible? No, I really don't. I am counting, but I don't think it's possible. But this game is basically take me out of my misery or continue to string me along. If we don't beat the Panthers, you take me out of my misery. There's not only will we probably not be able to mathematically we'll be out, but if we can't beat the Panthers, then there's no way we're gonna make a run to go to the playoffs. So there's no need to think about it. If we do beat the Panthers, then it's just gonna reel me in more. It's just gonna, okay, we're definitely a team that can make a run because the Panthers are a better team than the Ravens. The Panthers are a better team than the who else do we got to play? The 2 hardest teams that we are better than the Falcons. The 2 hardest teams we got to play is the Saints and the Panthers. Do I think we could beat the Saints? If we had our defense, I think we could beat the Saints. But with this defense, how hurt we are, I don't think we could beat the Saints. So that's why I already think we're going to lose against the Saints. We'll see. Maybe a win against the Panthers, and how we win against the Panthers, maybe that changes my mind or something. I don't know. But as of right now, Right now, our bar is the Panthers, and we need to beat the Panthers if we're gonna have a chance at anything. You can beat check down Cam. It's definitely possible. All it really is, the offense is not deadly. It's all trickery. So if we, like I said, if the Panthers offense goes against a team that doesn't get tricked by them, the offense is obsolete. Like it's a wrap. And then we already know that the Panthers defense has been the weakness. So that's really all it is. Panthers D is why they've been losing. We've just got to play more sound on D than them because we have better offense overall. They obviously have McCaffrey and Cam, so better run game. It's not necessarily the run game. It's just their scheme, man. It's the scheme and the plays that they're calling. It's really a lot of trickery stuff. So yeah, that's really all it is, man. If we can slow that down, exactly, that's all it really is. And they talked about that as well, as far as McCaffrey, how they just need to be on McCaffrey, which is I hope what they do is they just put somebody on him. As soon as they hike the ball and McCaffrey starts going out, put something on him. Because all that's happening is Cam Newton is feeling so comfortable right now of just dumping it to him and letting McCaffrey do something. I honestly think if a team literally took McCaffrey away, I already feel like Cam Newton's so adapted, or so, what's the word I'm looking for? So used to dumping it off to McCaffrey already. He's so what's the word I'm looking for? Accustomed. He's so accustomed to dumping it to McCaffrey already. It's only been 1 year that he's really been like this with McCaffrey. And I feel like he's already, like, it's just been so easy and he's been so accustomed to just dumping it off to him. I feel like if a team literally just said, as soon as they hike it, just get on McCaffrey, I feel like Cam Newton would not know what to do. I feel like Cam Newton would get sacked a lot. I feel like Cam Newton would go, look down the field, he might be open, but I already know I could just dump it to McCaffrey. Then he looks to McCaffrey and dumps it to, like, oh, snap. And then he'll just panic, like McCaffrey's covered. Like he'll just panic and might try to run or something and get sacked. Like I'm not saying that that's what's gonna happen. I'm saying I feel like Cam Newton is so accustomed already to just let me just dump it, get the easy 5 yards, or maybe McCaffrey takes it to the house, or let me just do this. I feel like he's so accustomed to that already that if he gets shocked and is like, let me just dump it up, oh shoot, he's covered, he'll just panic because he's like, okay, what do I do now? You know what I'm saying? I don't think teams have taken away McCaffrey yet. Now, that's easier said than done. It's easier to say, okay, linebacker, as soon as they hike it, get on McCaffrey. That's not easy to do. McCaffrey's just going to run past the linebacker or just slant in between the linebackers or just whatever McCaffrey wants to do, basically. So it's not easy to do, which is why I don't think maybe teams have tried to take him away and they just haven't been able to take him away yet. I don't know. But people are finding out. People have figured it out that, McCaffrey's the guy. And we got to do something to slow that down. Simple as that. Like I said, we got Levante back. That's huge. I wish we had Quan, because Quan is that speed that we need on that field that goes left to right, man. We really need that speed. Hopefully Devontae Bond gets on the field a little bit more, because like I said, he showed me a lot more athleticism. We could use that. Very basic on offense with Norv, with like college spread type offense. This is why we get a better D coordinator. We can compete for South next season. So you wasn't here. I don't think you was here, Amazement, when I was saying the stats that I was just talking about when it came to our defense. I seen a thing on Twitter where we were like number 2 since Mark Duffner has taken over for our defense. We're number 2 in sacks right now. We're number 2 in sacks. I believe we're top 10 in passing defense. And we are, I think they said third. We're in third. We're the third best team on third downs conversions right now on defense. So this defense has gotten a lot better since Mark Duffner took over. A lot better. We're putting up a lot better stats. Um, I just bring that up because, look, man. The reason why I bring this up is because this team is making me go crazy. I 100% and fully believe in this roster right now. This roster that we have, I completely believe in this roster. I believe in the offense. I believe on the defense. Now, we're hurt right now, but honestly, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Since Mark Duffner, we've been doing a little bit better. I feel like we can go on a roll. We can get a roll going. I honestly think we could get on a roll. Now, once again, I really don't, as of right now, I don't see us beating the Saints. So I think we lose that game, but the rest of the season, I think we win out. I really think we could win out. So it's just something to keep an eye on. Well, like I said, first is this Panthers game. The Panthers could put a dagger in our heart, say shut up, sit down, whatever it is, what it is. And then it is what it is. Then I can finally be free from this season. C-Mac is the only reason Cam passing game looks good this year. 5-yard dump-offs turned into 20-plus yard gains. That is a fact. A lot of Panther fans are saying, oh, everybody was talking about Cam Newton's completion percentage, and now that Cam has over 60% completion percentage, people are saying, like, oh, it doesn't matter. And it's true, it doesn't matter, and I'm going to tell you why. I seen another thing last week where they said last year, out of the whole NFL league, 9 quarterbacks had 65 or better completion percentage. 65 or better completion percentage. Only 9 quarterbacks in the NFL had 65 or better completion percentage. You know how many quarterbacks have 65 or better completion percentage now to this year? 22. 22. Which tells you that right now it's not that there's a whole bunch of better quarterbacks than there was last year. What it is there's a whole bunch of schemes being used right now that are helping these quarterbacks' completion percentage get better. So it really isn't. It ain't like Cam Newton's become better as a quarterback. Like you said, it's really him just dumping it. It's just dumping it off. So yeah. Amazement 717 says, yeah, because Duffner has made defense more simpler. But remember, back in 2015, it was the same. It went away the following year. I just want them to make sure that he's the guy. I don't really. It could be. Obviously, it could be that he just made it simpler. But if you remember, it was simpler right away. With Mark Duffner, he made it simpler in the beginning. The first game he had, he made it simpler. And we played good. I forgot who that was against. Maybe it might have been against the Browns. The game after that, we didn't have such a good game. So I don't think that we had a good game against San Francisco because he made it simpler, or any of the other games because he made it simpler. I honestly think he is coaching these players up a little bit better. I think he's helping these players understand a little bit more what they're doing. Even though it probably is simpler, I don't think that that's completely it. I think he's really making these players understand a little bit more of what they have to do. But I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, these are the things we gotta, find out as the rest of the season before we make our decisions. I've said before season, if you remember, that Norv would be better for McCaffrey instead of Cam. Yes. Amazement 717 says, again, this season you see Winston completion percentage is up to just keeps growing, and our offense is more downfield than most offense. Our offense is definitely more downfield than any offense. It's crazy. Jameis probably throws it. Matter of fact, let me show you. I was looking at these statistics. Check this out. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you guys. 1 second. You're gonna trip out on this. I saw this on my TV, my Cox cable.
For it, and so we just go out there and prove everybody wrong, which is why you guys are.
Let me mute that. Let me show y'all something. Hold on. Go into the Bucks, team stats, leaders. Let me see, Carolina roster. Let's do this. Cam Newton's at 69.6 completion percentage right now. That's not what I wanted to show you, though. I wanted to show you, I don't think I'll be able to do it. Because it was during the game. Let me see something. Who did Carolina just play? They play Seattle. Carolina versus Seattle. Anyways, it was a stat that showed how many times the quarterbacks threw from behind the line of scrimmage, 0 to 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, 6 to 10 yards of the line of scrimmage, and 10 to 15 yards down the line of scrimmage, and then 15 plus. Cam Newton threw it from like the 10 to 15. I think it says something like 8 times or something like that. And then 15 plus, I think he threw it like 6 times or something like that. And Jameis Winston threw it like 22 times from 10 to 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jameis throws down the field a lot. He throws down the field a lot compared to a lot of, and it wasn't just Jameis. I mean, it wasn't just Cam Newton. I looked at, who else's stats I looked at? I think I looked at Kirk Cousins' stat. Who else did I look at? I looked at a few quarterback stats, and none of them had double digits throwing it past 10, 15. None of them had double digits. And Jameis had 22. It was crazy. But yeah, Jameis throws down the field a lot. Again, this season, Winston completion percentage. All new offense schemes teams are doing, like Rams and Chiefs. It's going to be hard to have a defense to stop them. Having a run game and clock control and few errors is about the only way to win. Yes, and forced turnovers. Old school football can still work. Old school football can still work. Now check this out. Thank you for reminding me, Seattle's 5668. Because this was another reason that I had thought about that I forgot to say last time. Why Jameis gives us a better chance. And honestly, I hate even saying that because it's not, it's very simple. But what I'm trying to say is Jameis's play is better because when we had Fitzpatrick, he was scoring fast, right? Which kept putting our defense on the field. Now, that's not so good, which is why I believe that the Rams and the Chiefs defense are so bad. Not only do the Rams have a great defensive line, great secondary, Rams got great, not good. Rams got great players in every position on that defense except for linebacker. Okay? And yet that defense is still getting scorched. Chiefs defense is getting scorched. Why is this? This is because their offense is scoring too fast, and it's giving the ball to the other team's offense a lot, which either does two things. The defense gets tired a lot faster because they're on the field a lot more. That's one. Two, the opposing offense ends up getting into a rhythm sooner or later because they have the ball so much that sooner or later they start getting into some rhythm and start being able to move the ball. And because of that, I think that's why I don't think it's winning football. It's winning because right now you got plays after plays after plays after plays that are working. After the NFL starts understanding these plays, I don't think it's going to work no more. This is why I like Winston. We have the number one offense in the league right now. We have the number one offense in the league. We have more yards than Rams. We have more yards than the Chiefs. We have the number one offense right now. Number one passing offense and the number one overall yards on offense is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The reason why I like our offense better is because of that. Winston drives down the field. Boom, boom, run the block, kill some clock, blah, 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 blah. First down, third down, first down. Throw it down the field, check it down, run the ball. We take time. We hold the possession. Give our defense some breather, which is why I think it's part of why our defense, even though we have more injuries than we've ever had on defense, this is why I think our defense is still playing better. Because they're not on the field as much, because they're getting to rest as much, because they don't have to make as many defensive possessions as much. Not only that, but the other quarterbacks, as you guys could see against the 49ers, the 49ers never got in rhythm. The 49ers were never able to get in rhythm. That team was never able to get in rhythm. Now that has to do with, one, the defensive line getting to the quarterback. That helps. The defensive line getting to the quarterback. But also, as soon as the defense gets them off of the field, the offense stayed on the field for a while. And that really helps. That's winning football. And again, this is why I say that 49ers win wasn't about we won the 49ers. It was about how we won. We played very good football on both sides of the ball. We kept the ball. We kept the ball, stayed in possession of the ball. When defense got on the field, they got off the field. Gave the ball back to our offense. Our offense killed more clock. That's winning football. That is winning football. And obviously not turning over the ball. But that's winning football. And I think that's why our defense has been better. Because Jameis Winston doesn't have to have a big shot down the field for him to move the ball down the field. He can slowly move the ball down the field and take the shot when it's time to take the shot. And I just think that this team right now is coming together. Another thing I wanted to say that I think is huge that people should understand when that whole defensive line came out at the same time. Do you know whose idea that was, Amazement 717? You know whose idea that was for the D-line to all come out at the same time? Somebody said, hold on, no, let's all go out at the same time, man. Let's wait and go out at the same time. You know whose idea that was? All this new offense scheme, and forced turnovers, old school football can still work. Yeah, remember Chip Kelly was the same way with the Eagles. They had some problems too. That's why I like Carroll, because he don't change his philosophy. Control the clock, run game, defense. I don't know if you knew, but the person that had the idea to have the defense come all together was Gerald McCoy. It was Gerald McCoy. I seen the last time I made a video with you guys, I seen some press conferences with Gerald McCoy and JPP, and let me tell you, man, I'm so in love with my team right now, dude. Like, for reals, I'm so in love with this team. Besides Deshaun Jackson, I am so in love with this locker room. the players that are on this team is just it's so perfect. Besides, and this is why I would really love for Deshaun Jackson to go because I feel like, man, that's just one little piece that just get out the way. Like it's just in the way right now. But JPP was having an interview, and they were interviewing him, asking him about the 10 sacks. Oh, how do you feel? You've been, they haven't had a 10 sack guy since da 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 this and this and that. And JPP's like, yeah, it's awesome, it's cool, but on to the next and this and that. It's not a big deal, da 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 da. And they kept asking him these questions, and he kept saying, it is, it's not a big deal, blah blah blah. We gotta win these games and this and that. And McCoy came in and was like, hold on, I'm going to say it's a big deal. He's going to downplay it and say it's not a big deal, but let me tell you guys, he was telling the reporters, it's a big deal, man. I love this guy, and I appreciate him, and da-da-da-da, and this and that. And then they started asking McCoy questions, and McCoy's like, yo, did I just low-key jack JPP's interview? Like, I didn't even mean to do that. I just wanted you guys to know that, I love this guy and that it is a big deal, and I appreciate him. And then they asked McCoy like one question, and he answered the question, and then he like this is JPP's interview, blah blah blah. He left, and then they kept asking JPP, but JPP was like, yeah, man, I love that guy, and he's a good teammate, and this and that. And then you could just and this is not fake. You know me, I know when it's fake, and this is like pure love, bro. Like they're like close, and I'm like, man, like this is good, and I think it was Vita Vea or it was Nassib. I can't remember which one. It was either Vita Vea or Nassib. But whoever it was the one that told us that it was Gerald McCoy's idea. And they were saying that because they did the D-line last. So when the D-line came as a unit to everybody else on the team, everybody else on the team was like, I like that. Like you guys came out as a unit. Like everybody else on the team was like, yo, I like that. I like that you do that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, how they come out this week. You know what I'm saying? It'll be interesting to see what the whole team does. If the whole team comes a unit at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I mean, if they don't, it is what it is. I'm just saying it'll be interesting to see what happens. But basically, yeah, they were like, you could tell like this team is like, yo, like they're really close. This team is really close. And I just think, man, like I said, man, all this talk about blowing up the team, that's not happening. It's not happening. I promise you it's not happening. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 players might leave that are like name players, but this team's not blowing up. There's so much talent on this team. Any coach that comes to this team is going to be like, oh yeah, you staying. Yeah, let's keep this together. Like, it's not a bad team. This roster is so good, man. Yeah, it was. Oh man, when I found out it was McCoy, I was like, man, this is awesome. Did you see McCoy and JPP when they were getting interviewed? Yes. I think that's what I was just talking about. Amazement 717 says, yes, McCoy slid in and was giving him props and his dues. The vibe was good. Yes. Amazement 717 says, he said basically it was a long time coming and this guy deserves it. It was real genuine. Yes. They came out as a unit and they played like a unit finally. Not only that, did you see the mic'd up Mike Evans? Oh, there was a few things. Mike Evans mic'd up. Was it the mic? I think it was the rewind. It was the rewind. They replayed the game. They go through the rewind or whatever. And there was a part where Gerald McCoy was on the bench with JPP, and Gerald McCoy was like, "Yo, look at me, bro." He look. Seriously, I've been waiting 9 years to have a man next to me that had 10 sacks. Like he was sitting during the game, like when they were on the bench. He was like, "Bro, like seriously, bro. Like I've been waiting 9 years, man. Like." That is, he said he basically what it says is that he's been waiting 9 years to see what that looked like with somebody that has 10 sacks next to him. Like he was like, man, I appreciate it. Like he really, like he said in the interview, Gerald McCoy cared about it way more than JPP did. It made sense because JPP's had 10 sacks before. This is not the first time he had 10 sacks. You know what I'm saying? So, but there was that. Then there was the Mike Evans. What do you call it? Mike Evans, what do you call it? Mic'd up. Mike Evans was mic'd up. And they showed the part where he got in the fight. You know how when he got hit by the 49er, when he was down and he got up and he started pushing him, and then they try to get it, like take him away so he won't get a flag, right? They show him go to the sideline and he's talking to Fitzpatrick about it. And Fitzpatrick goes, "Oh, you can't hit the great Mike Evans down low or something like that." Like, in other words, like you can't be hitting Mike Evans like that, like joking with Mike Evans. Mike Evans is like, "Yo, I'm mic'd up, so you can't say stuff like that." And I think he was joking or whatever. I don't know if Mike Evans was joking about that part, like, "Oh, I'm mic'd up, you can't say stuff like that." But I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? If that was Jameis, they would have looked at that like, that's not good quarterback. As a quarterback, you're not supposed to be talking to him like that. Because it's true, and it's true. As a quarterback, Fitzpatrick shouldn't have been like, "Oh, they can't hit it." Fitzpatrick should have been like, "Hey, I understand, but you got to think about the team." You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what a quarterback should have been telling Mike Evans. "Hey, I understand." Not joking with him like, "Yeah, he can't do that to you, boy. You punk him back." And that. No, that's not. No, he should have been like, "Hey, I understand what you say." As a veteran quarterback, Fitzpatrick should have been like, "I understand, but think about the team, man. We got to keep our head in the game. Let's keep our head in the game." And if that was Jameis Winston, I was just thinking about that's just something I wanted to put out there. I was just thinking about that. I thought that was kind of not messed up, but wrong. I think that was wrong of Fitzpatrick. Anyways, Mazeman says Arians, I think low-key would want this job. I think that he said Browns because that job is obviously open. Wouldn't Wouldn't sound right he if wanted a job that coach is still there and not a guarantee. Mazeman said that would disrespect coach. That's a job presently. Could be true. Anthony Brown says, "Rise up, Buck Nation. Time to go on a win streak." Why would you say rise up, Buck Nation? We don't say rise up, nigga. But yeah, we time to go to a win streak. Hopefully we go on a win streak. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. We got to take it one game at a time, man. But yeah, man, I'm really intrigued with this team right now. I finally, like, I've been saying it all season. A matter of fact, I've been saying it all season. Have I not, Amazement? I've been saying all season, I don't feel like we're there. Even when we were winning with Fitzpatrick, I feel like I don't feel like my team is like we haven't started the season yet. Like, we haven't started the season. Then when we had Jameis Winston, I'm like, oh, I finally feel like we're starting the season. And then Jameis Winston was having the games that he was having, and I'm like, no, this isn't the Jameis. Like, no, like, this isn't it. This is not the season that I've been waiting for. Like, this isn't it. The Jameis is playing bad. That game against the Niners, I finally feel like this team is where it like it's this is the team that I've been waiting for. This is the season that I've been waiting for. Like, we finally started the season. Like, now I can say I finally feel like we started the season. Like, the players are back. Like, everything is where it needed to be. First, it was everybody was ready to go, but we didn't have our quarterback because he was suspended. Then the Fitzmagic wore off. Then we had the quarterback change, and I felt like our offense was not feeling it. Didn't want the quarterback change because of the magic that was going on with Fitzmagic. Then we go back to the Fitzmagic, and the defense is just getting hurt and just not playing good. Then the team sees that, okay, the Fitzmagic is gone and it's not what we thought. Fitzmagic can't do what we need him to do. And now I feel like Jameis is back. The offense has bought into it. Like I said, I don't know if it was a practice thing that the players in practice were seeing Jameis and was like, no, he's not playing good. He's not playing good, man. He shouldn't be starting. And that's why we were going into the games where they felt like the offense just looked like they were kind of like just out there. And I don't know if they just came in like, okay, Fitzpatrick sucks, we're going to ride with Jameis. Or if in practice they were like, okay, Jameis is back, we're going to win. And they came into the game like hyped. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but it's something. It's something. But I do feel like now, like Jameis is back. I feel like the offense has bought into Jameis now, and I feel like the defense is finally buying into whatever Mark Duffner is selling them. And they're fine. And I feel and another thing, the whole Vita Vea thing, it had to have been what I said. Remember we were saying, I wonder what Jason Light said. They asked him what was the difference. They asked Vita Vea what was the difference, and he said, "I just had to go out there and play and not just play football and not make things harder than what it has to be." Somewhere around those lines. Basically, I'm pretty sure that's what Jason Light told him. I'm pretty sure that's what Jason Light told him. Just go out there and play football. Stop worrying about, oh, I got to do this or I got to just go play football. Just go play football. And I'm pretty sure that's what it was, man. But once again, that's another thing we should be looking out at. Let's see if Vita Vea continues what he was doing or if he just dies back down. So it'll be interesting, man. I like I said, I finally feel like all the gates to the doors of our team has opened. The offense has trust in Jameis. Jameis is trusting himself. And that door is open. We're good to go offensively. Jameis is okay back with quarterbacking. And the defense is buying into what they're buying in. The defensive line has finally, like, I don't want to say finally because it seems like they haven't been doing nothing. But it seems like the defensive line is in a groove right now would be the best way to put it. Because defensive line all year has done work. They have done work all year. But right now, they seem like they're in a really nice groove right now. As far as playing as a unit, they're in a real groove right now. And it's just things that I want to see. I want to see Jameis continue to look like Jameis. Okay, I want him to continue to look like Jameis. I want to see Vita Vea continue to do what he's been doing. I want the D-line to stay in the groove that they're staying in. And I want my secondary to continue to not look lost. There's a difference between looking beat and looking lost. Carlton Davis was getting beat, but our defense did not look lost against the 49ers. So that's what I'm saying. I don't mind if we get beat, we get beat. Everybody's getting beat. I just don't like when we look lost out there because it makes every play that they do so much easier when we're just lost. And that's the whole thing. For instance, there was some plays where Adams was in coverage and he was beat, but he was in coverage. The Pettis or whatever his name was open, but the quarterback couldn't pinpoint it right to him. That's what I'm talking about. It's okay to get beat. Now, when you go against Drew Brees and these elite quarterbacks, you don't even have to get beat. Quarterback's still going to get it in the right spot. You know what I'm saying? That's elite pinpoint accuracy. But that's only like 5 of the quarterbacks that are in the league. Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady. Who else? That's really it. Oh, Phillip Rivers could probably do it. Phillip Rivers. Eli, if he's on, that's a big if. If Eli is on, Eli can do it. Besides that, every other quarterback in the NFL don't have that pinpoint accuracy. So as long as we're not out there looking lost and we're in coverage, even if you get beat, that's one part of the game. Second part of the game is quarterback getting it to there in pinpoint accuracy. Not all quarterbacks can do that. So that's going to help us out with a few downs like it did against the 49ers. Then on top of that, having a pass rush is going to make it even worse for the quarterback. So there's just so many things to the game and so many things that we did right that if we just continue to play like that, it's going to be hard to beat us because we're so talented as a team. Our roster has so much talent on it that a lot of games should look like that 49ers game. The Bengals game should have looked like that 49ers game. The Browns game at the time, because the Browns game didn't have it all together like they have it together right now, should have looked like that game. The Steelers, same thing. They didn't have it together the way that they have it together right now. They started getting it together after us. We gave them that push in the back to get it together. We should have had the Steelers game. The Giants game was another game that should have looked like the 49ers game. These games that I'm naming right now are games that should have looked like the 49ers game. And that is that we looked at the other team and we just said, we just got too much talent for you. That's simple. In one way or another, we're just way more. My team is way more talented than your team. Giants, way more talented than their team. It just is what it is. 49ers, we're just way more talented than you guys. Bengals, we're just way more talented than you guys. These are games that we should just look at them and just be like, we're going to win just because we're more talented. Forget the game plan. As long as we know what we're doing defensively, we should be able to beat these teams just on talent alone. And that's what we haven't been able to do. We've been able to stay around because of talent alone. We've been able... Oh, okay. I thought you said something else. We've been able to almost overcome the stupidity that we do because of our talent. You know, turning over the ball, playing terrible on defense because of the talent we have. But that's the problem. We need to just be overwhelming teams with our talent, and we haven't been able to do that because we're just not playing good football. If we just play good football, we can. It's okay to turn over the ball. Just too many turnovers. Defense not knowing what they're doing. If we just don't turn over the ball too many times, defense knows what they're doing, the wins are going to fall in our laps because you're not going to be able to just throw the ball all day on us because of our D-line. So you're not going to just constantly be able to do that. And you're going to have to score points. Even though we're turning over the ball offensively, we're still going to score 27 points. So if we just play regular football and just don't play absurd football, when we're turning over the ball 3 times, 4 times, we're having drive after drive where the defense is just not knowing what they're doing. If we just don't have those problems, which should be easy to fix, we should be able to just overwhelm other teams just because of talent alone. That's all it is, man. I've let out all the juice I had to let out, all the vomit I had to let out. I let it all out right now. Let me read these comments and see if there's anything else I could think about. That would disrespect coaches. Yes, Evans mic'd up was good too. Djax looked like he was frustrated. Evans was balling. He did the same move on Sherman when he was at Seattle. Something else I wanted to talk about that, Amazement. Amazement 717 says, we're very methodical on offense, but it works. You know, that's why we forced picks in that game. We had balls so long that Niners quarterback had to play hurry up, and we got picked when he forced the throws. Exactly. Amazement 717 says, yeah, because we knew that Fitz wasn't long-term, and it felt like it wasn't right. We were happy at start, but wish it was Winston because it would have been more sustainable. Facts. Anthony Brown says, these boys about to go to war. Yes. Levante about to play big boy ball. Yes. Amazement 717 says, yeah, look lost takes longer to fix rather than just getting beat. Amazement 717 says, getting lost is like being on wrong side of town. Getting beat is like just being at the wrong house, but you're on the right street. LOL. Yeah, good way to put it. Amazement 717 says, everyone practiced today on injury list except MJ, Carlton, and Dotson. Yeah. Yeah, you just saw the injury list. Yeah. MJ, it is what it is. Carlton, that sucks, and Dotson sucks. One thing I wanted to say, the mic'd up. It's funny how if you watch it again, watch when I think it was either Cameron Brate or I think it was Cameron Brate that was like, this is such a Jameis game. He was like, this is such a Jameis game. Evans goes for 100 and something. I get the touchdown, which is Cameron Brate. He's like, I get the touchdown, and Adam Humphries gets a couple yards for a touchdown. Like, it's such a Jameis game. Like, that's what Jameis does. Throws. Mike Evans does all the work. Cameron Brate gets the touchdown, and Adam Humphries gets one of those. Everybody forgot about him. He gets these touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's such a Jameis game. And it's funny when he's saying that because Deshaun's just like, whatever. Like, and it's just funny because, like, everybody in that huddle is happy. Everybody. Peyton Barber got a touchdown. Everybody in that huddle is happy, except for Deshaun Jackson. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. It is what it is, man. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, but yeah. Yeah, they said that while they were huddled up. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Anyways, it's your man RTP. It's been an hour already, 10 minutes. I don't know what else to talk about, what else to say. Like I said, I just wanted to get this out when it comes to the Panthers. I think the Panthers, I've seen two people make videos for the Panthers, and they basically, I see Bucks giving away tickets to get people in stands. Yes, thank you for reminding me, Panthers God FSU. JPP has talked about creepy. JPP has talked about the fans not being there and this and this and that, and the Bucks are starting to give away tickets to have people there. That's very bad. That's very bad. And you know what's? Anyways, I'm not even gonna say that. Um. Hmm. Yeah, but what I was gonna say is I've seen a lot of Panther fans make videos, and basically what they're thinking is it's it's funny because they think it was so simple. Like, and it's not. I don't think it's like it's easy. It would be easy for me to say Panther fans don't know what you're talking about because I really don't think a lot of Panther fans know football. But you know what? It really isn't that. It's just a lot of fans, period, just don't really watch football like that. It's not necessarily Panther fans or Falcon fans, because even Buck fans, what can I say? There's a lot of Buck fans that don't really watch the game like that, that don't understand the game inside the game. And I think Panther fans don't understand that it was a lot of like they didn't see our real defense. Like they never got to see our real defense. And I don't mean real defense like oh injuries real because we have injuries, it wasn't our real defense. I mean that they were playing so many misdirection stuff that our defense was just lost. So they never got to play an honest defense. We were doing this and doing that. We never got to be an honest defense. You've seen our honest defense in the third quarter when you guys didn't score and you kept punting the ball away. You saw our honest defense because you guys weren't playing that misdirection stuff. And because you weren't doing that misdirection stuff, you wasn't moving the ball. We were able to get you to punt the ball a few times. But then when you needed to go down and score because we were actually coming back, what did you guys do? You guys went back to the misdirection and moved down the field, scored, and ended the game. So what I'm saying is you didn't get to see our honest defense. If we end up understanding what you guys are trying to do to us, then you'll be able to see our honest defense. That's one. Number two, you played a bad quarterback in Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's two. That's another big, huge difference. Jameis Winston will be able to pick you apart. Number three, um, there was another thing I had in mind. Oh, number three, you didn't have to worry about Mike Evans. You guys think you stopped Mike Evans, but you didn't stop Mike Evans. What happened was Mike Evans was hurt. He didn't practice all week. He wasn't even 100% when he played in the game. So Mike Evans is back. He's better now, and now watch Mike Evans. Let's see if Bradbury stops him now, because I know you guys were making a big deal, or at least Team Money was making a big deal about that. Like Bradbury really shut down Mike Evans. So we'll see what happens there. Watch out for that. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Yep. So we'll see what happens on that. And see how much those three things that are different. Well, at least two of them. We know two of them are different. The whole Mike Evans thing and the whole Jameis thing is going to be different. We'll see if the defense is going to be different as far as you having to play an honest
defense because we understand what you're doing offensively and we're shutting down all that misdirection crap. So now we're forcing you to have to actually throw the ball have to be honest with your offense basically. We'll see if that happens. I don't know if that's going to happen. Who knows? Maybe you guys have some new misdirection things and you still get us and we still have problems. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I saw that too. He on that goal line stand. The crowd has Y Niner false started and had to kick field goal. That end of the field was packed, but stadium overall wasn't full. Man, I miss them '90s days when the camera used to shake. It was so loud. Amazement says only Panthers that did a good job on Evans was Norman back when he was in Panthers. Facts. That was the only time that he really got shut down. Um, and that was just 1 year. That wasn't even like he always did that to him. That was just 1 year. That one Panther year. Anyways, once again, it's your man RTP Skull Gang in the building. Appreciate you guys, amazing. You already know you're the man, you're the bomb, everything, all of that good stuff. And I got to go back on my Red Dead, and I am going to go live on Red Dead now. Get some water. I'm thirsty. Thursday night football is in a little bit. I will be watching that game. Should I live stream during that game or not? I think I'm gonna live stream during that game. Just so I could break some stuff down on TV. You think I should live stream? Should I live stream? I think I'm gonna live stream. Just to do it. See if I could break some stuff down for you guys. Anyways, it's your man RTP, Skull Gang in the building. I'll see you guys in a couple hours when the game starts. I'll be live streaming. Uh Saints versus Yeah, Saints versus Cowboys. I'm definitely gonna live stream. Let's do that. Shaman RTP. I'll see you guys in a couple hours. Deuce.